We're back at the Near House with a very special guest who, yes, we are popping his cherry in this interview today. Max, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I want to know more.
What do you want to know?
What do you do for a living?
Well, right now the main thing I do is in the blockchain in NFTy. Have a platform where we interview different NFTy projects, connect them with each other, connect them with NFTy audience, and yeah, that would be like the main thing.
And so why are you here at Consensus?
I mean, I'm like native to NFTy ecosystem, so meet a lot of people who I already met online, meet them in person. It's very interesting, always like a different perspective to see those people. You don't really interact with them when you do everything online. You meet them in real life, you see who is behind those screens. A lot of projects founders that I've had already on my space, I met here for the first time in real life. That was very exciting.
Sounds
and yeah, just make connections.
So you being the connector, if you will, bringing people together as they're building, what excites you about that? What's fulfilling about that for you?
For me, it's really important to be around like smart people who are all, building something, creating something in the industry that I'm interested in. So I think that is like already enough for me, just to be between people
makes you happy,
who I can talk to. Yeah.
I love that. So what about NFTy makes it special?
A lot of things, to be honest. Tech first. I think it has a superior tech to most of the blockchains that we have on the market right now, as well as I think its approach to what they're doing. Because I see a lot of blockchains chasing like TVL and NFT volumes, which most of it is like rugs, scams, and Ponzi's. So you hardly can really show it as some type of achievement. And I think NFTy is going after this like real life use cases approach. How can blockchain actually solve problems for people, for industries, for businesses? And that's what made it sort of attractive to me and stand out.
And do you think that it will make its mark in the space over the next couple of years by way of marketing, or do you think that they are helping to support the community in a way that'll push them forward indirectly?
It's a very complicated question because a lot of people say NFTy is not doing a good job at marketing or supporting the community, but at the same time, most of the community in most of crypto spaces right now is just represented by speculators and gamblers. So it's hard to say whether this is the right approach or wrong approach. No, I think NFTy is doing a good job in supporting the people who are actually building and creating things. I guess, the Supermoon house where we are right now is sort of the proof of that.
Yes.
And I think it's great that they're focusing more on building the technology and enterprise relationships rather than just, putting money into the community that's just there for the liquidity. But at the same time, I think they're doing a good job in supporting builders.
So in that sense, they're making a mark for a generational impact versus for the next year. It's a longer term, which sounds amazing and something to grow with versus watching grow into something that the community may not accept. I have a fun question to ask.
Go for it.
What is the craziest story that you've experienced, the craziest thing you've experienced in Web3 since you've jumped in?
Honestly, I've been doing Web3 for like a year or two, and it was only online thing for me. So I did not interact with any real people at that time.
Oh, so you were hiding behind the screen.
Yeah, that's how I got through it. I just sort of got exposed to it through the internet and started growing in that way. And, since like my first sort of introduction to the community was through Empire DAO in New York. And it was like amazing experience, meeting all these smart, educated people who are building something. And I'd say, all this like real life events, every time I'm kind of like interacting with NFTy community, with blockchain community, is just like one continuous big crazy event.
So it's fun. Okay, so what's a creative activation that stood out to you? Because going to these conferences and going to gatherings and IRL, most of the time it's a party. It's just alcohol, drinking, and talking. There are certain things that have stood out to me that made it more exciting than just the alcohol component and the partying. Have you had, and what is that for you?
You know, I don't really see it like that, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel like maybe there should be more alcohol, drinking, and talking and dancing. I think most of the events, even when they advertise that it's going to be a crazy party, it's usually just like the same guys networking and doing business with each other. And even like the few girls that are there are still doing business. So like, you know, I think that what it needs to be is just bringing people together for them to connect the right dots.
So we need you to do the party.
Yeah, tomorrow, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. in Supermoon house.
Supermoon house.
Not this one, near house where we live. We have a barbecue. You're invited.
All right. I'm there. Meet us there. Come on.